Hey everybody, today I wanted to come out and take a look at this canal. I spotted it a few weeks ago, just doing a little bit of exploring near where I live, and it just seemed like a really cool place to check out, maybe come across some wildlife or some snakes or something. The last time I was here I did see a snake, but it got away, swam across the canal, and it was a little bit deeper than this. But it just felt like a nice opportunity to get out here and do this, because the video I had planned for you guys this Sunday was on an SD card that had somehow gotten corrupted. So all the footage that I took of that day, full of beautiful sunsets and some wildlife, some interesting scientific discoveries that I wanted to share with y'all, and is all gone. For some reason, I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties lately, and the more heartbreaking one was the SD card that I had stored all my photos from Barcelona fell to the floor, got cracked, so I couldn't retrieve any of the photographs off of that card. So I hung on to it, and I'm hoping to get somebody to take a look at it, see if those images can be rescued. But I can't get the images off of there, so I'm gonna have to take it into an expert. Hopefully they can grab them. I hope so. But so I gotta start from scratch. Gotta get you guys to tell all your friends about my Patreon, so I can get back out to Barcelona again and get all new photographs. But now, let's go ahead and get into this creek and see what we can find, because this is a very, very interesting place. Alright. Oh cool, check this out. This here is a Florida artesian spring. These are really cool. You find them all over the place. You can always tell because it kind of smells like rotten eggs, and you can see it bubbling straight out of the ground. Awesome. That's neat to find. I got these little guys everywhere. Here, check this out. Get rid of all the mucky stuff, and it starts blowing out nothing but clear water. You see that? You can get it all muddy like that, and the clear water will just blow all that sediment downstream, and it'll clarify like that. It's really neat. Alright, let's see what else we can get into. Alright. So I came across this great big old cooter here, and I thought it was a dead turtle. It was laying on its back, and then I saw one of its legs move, and I instinctively jumped down and flipped it over. But it's very much alive. I don't know how long it had been on its back, but it looked like it was about to give up, and well, here it is, and upright and alive. Well, she's tucked back up inside of her shell, and well, that's today's good deed. I reckon she's pretty exhausted, but she can poke her head up out of the water, so she's not going to drown or anything. Alright, let's move on and see what else we can find. That's interesting. Alright, so this is a man-made canal, and that's really apparent by how arrow straight it is. But I keep running into deep patches of mud down there. I've got my foot going in all the way up to my knee, so I decided to climb up on these berms, which when they dug this canal, they just piled all the dirt up onto the left and right of it. So only problem is that it's very overgrown with Caesar weed. And Caesar weed or like a friend of mine likes to call it Cecil weed, which is I think a much more fun name. So if you hear me call it Cecil weed, and you know that it's not the real name for it, you know I'm just doing it to have fun. So, but yeah, it is so thick, full of Caesar weed back here that it sticks just about to everything, and sticks to all my arm hairs and stuff. Caesar weed was brought into the New World as a cash crop to make burlap. Well, as you can see, it escaped and it's everywhere, and it just clings just about to anything that's fuzzy. Here's some seeds here, but you can see that distinctive leaf shape there. It's a little sandpapery, you know, but it's soft to the touch, so it's not so bad like that. This plant is edible. However, you can't boil or cook away those little hairs, so it's kind of considered a famine food. It's not poisonous or anything, so it'll definitely fill you up. It's just kind of unpleasant. Now the best leaves on these things are the young and tender leaves. Just like that. And just like that, you can just pop them in. But like I said, it's kind of unpleasant. It doesn't have a horrible taste. It's actually a little nutty. It's not that bad. But the nice thing on this plant is the flowers. This plant is also related to hibiscus. Hibiscus gets its name for viscous, and when you try to eat the flowers or anything, it turns really slimy. But you could take that little flower right there, pop that little guy off just like that, and down a hatch. And it's got a little hint of sugar to it from the nectar. It's not bad, but you can definitely tell that it's now a bit slimy. Not unlike okra. But yeah, the Caesar weed is a neat plant. It's a nuisance, but at the same time, it does have its uses. I'm not sure if they still use this particular plant to make burlap these days, but I do know that I tried to make cordage out of it, and later to find out that in order to make the cordage, they would harvest it, put it underwater, let it putrefy, and then they would harvest the fibers out of it, then turn it into burlap. So there's a process. Anyway, let's see what else we can get into. All right. Yeah, as I knew, this canal was going to lead out to this floodplain, which leads out to a great big old lake. I saw it on the map already. Let's see if we can get close to the lake. All right. Oh, this grass is tall. Looks like something else has been coming through here too. This is past my gut. Make sure when you're doing stuff like this, check for ticks periodically, so you can catch them before they catch you. That's awesome. Beautiful. Hashtag Florida skies. But it's opening up a little bit. I got out of that big grassy patch back there, and it's easier to walk now, so that's really nice. It makes for a pleasant way to go, you know. Hopefully I'll be able to get right up next to the water, because I know some of these Florida lakes tend to get really swampy just right before you get to the lake, so you can't actually get right on it unless it's, you know, the ground is high. So but this place is usually underwater. That looks like wetland. We'll see. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to hike through that. No way. That's nothing but marsh right there. Knee-deep mud. So I'm going to give that idea a skip and go set up and watch the sun go down. But it is still very pretty. We got the red-winged blackbirds chirping out there. Been watching cardinals at the top of the trees. A couple eagles flew by, a couple of hingas. So the wildlife out here is really nice. And just a few minutes ago I saw a deer jump off into those high weeds over there. And so this is a very, very beautiful little spot. And it's irreplaceable. Alright, let's find a nice spot to set up for watch the sun go down. Yeah, I had a really nice, spectacular sunset the other night. The whole sky was filled with color, and I went to go pull those files off the SD card and put it onto the computer for editing, and lost all of it with some kind of glitch. And I was able to pull the files off with the rescue software, but they were all corrupt, so that was lost. However, I did get a little bit of it on my other camera. I was really happy that there was some of it still preserved, but that was a really cool video, and I feel really bad that I won't be able to share it with you guys. But in the meantime, there's always a sunset, so we'll just keep on trying. Alright, let's enjoy this together. Come on. Well, I reckon it's time to head on back. It's gonna get dark in here really quick. I've never been out to this wilderness area after dark. Not that that worries me or anything. But hope you guys had a good time today. I know I did. It was a challenging hike. Unusual terrain. Lots of knee-deep mud and things like that. That was interesting. But I really hope you guys enjoyed it like I did, and like always, thank you for watching, and take care.